All right, here we go. You already know I was pulling up, bro. You already know what type of time I'm on. Let me know if I'm good, man. It's a bunch of people in here already. Let's get to it. Let me know if my settings is good. I'm flying solo, so excuse me if we ready to go. I'm flying solo. Let me know if you can hear me. Throw them thumbs up in here, and we gonna get down to we gonna get down to the get down today. We gonna get down to the get down today. What's we doing? Let's get to it. 339 people in here. Yep, thumbs up is good. We can go ahead and stop that right now. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get right to it. Fans are hot after Watson named quarterback one. We talked about this on top five. We spoke about this yesterday after the press conference. We did the watch party. And we're going to break this down today, man, because what I'm going to say today is it's going to be twofold. We're going to get to what I think is going on. We're going to get to the reaction of it. And then finally, we're going to get to the accountability piece and part of this situation. So let's go ahead and start back. First and foremost, I'm going to let y'all hear from Coach Monken. I'm going to let you hear from Deshaun Watson. I'm going to let you hear from what they say. And then I'm going to give you what the reaction is to a lot of people and how people is moving with this situation. So first and foremost, this was the announcement today. Coach Monken letting everybody know that Deshaun Watson will truly indeed start against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here we go.
Start against Jacksonville. Took in the full body of work over the course of off-season to training camp to the games, the joint practice, and ultimately felt like to start the season on the road, Deshaun gave us the best chance to move the ball and score points. I mean, that's really what it's about. And felt that way going in the last game, but wasn't sure. And after we talked as a staff and after we re-looked at everything, we're going to go that direction.
So let's go ahead and say that. First and foremost, he's the head football coach, and he later on comes on here and says, matter of fact, I ain't even going to do it. I'm going to play it right now. Nah, I'm gonna let you talk. Hold on, here we go. Is this the one?
What they're not seeing is the film. They're not in our building, so they're not going to know what we know. Now, you can see with your own eyes, right? You can forecast what you expect it to be, right? A number of those people weren't even in practice. So I don't really concern myself with what they really think. I know what we think and what we see every day in our building and our players and the momentum we have, and we're 100% behind Deshaun.
Okay, so here's what we're going to say. Now, when you come out and Coach Monken has to stand on business, see, if that's your decision, you're going to have to stand on whatever comes with that. Because some of us were at practice. And some of the things that we seen from Deshaun Watson in that football game were the same things we were seeing in practice. We saw that from a Deshaun Watson a whole week of throwing interceptions and not figuring out where it was. So, hey, you right. We don't know what assignments y'all got. We don't know what you're marking down in your charts. We don't know what evaluation you putting these quarterbacks through, whether it's on the whiteboard, whether what checks they want to make, what reads, what confidence level you have in whatever the situation is. But here's the problem. You can say that, but it was on display for everybody to see. Deshaun Watson hasn't given you, and we've seen it 5 years, hasn't given you the best chance to win no games in a long time. And you saw that full blown when we sat down and we watched him come into the game in the third quarter. That performance that he gave was not a performance in which you're going to say he gives you the best opportunity to win. Respectfully, you the head football coach. That's your prerogative. And you make Deshaun Watson the coach, you're going to have to stand on that business. And you firmly stood on it. Now, what come with it, that's on you. You see, I'm an accountability type person. I'm an accountability person when it comes to anything. You got to choose, you got the right to choose who you want as a starting quarterback, and that is your prerogative. That is what you came here for. But you also have to deal with the ramifications if you're not right. You're going to have to stand on business if it don't look a certain way. Because I'm telling you, that's your choice, right? And I'm going to just keep it a buck. For most people watching this, Shedeur Sanders completely outplayed Deshaun Watson from beginning to end. There was never a time until they switched the game up and was like, let's give some reps away. Let's do some goal line percentage practices. And I'm going to tell you, let me show you something. I'm going to tell you why I know. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. Did you think G. Bush wasn't going to keep it a buck? I keep it 1,000% at all times. Let's go talk about it. Let me show you something.
I had written a column during the week saying that, it says he's not worried about the boos, but how he handles them is going to be significant because they wanted to see how he was going to handle this. They have to see how he was going to handle this. Now, having said that, I don't think he was set up for success.
Remember what I keep trying to tell y'all. The setup for success. We in a quarter. Now think about this. Why would you be in a quarterback competition and because a person went out there and played crappy and then had had one of the worst interviews and worst sessions we've seen, why would you then say he was not set up for success when he's the one that didn't play well? Continue on. See what I'm talking? I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
You could easily see how he was going to handle fan reaction in the dress rehearsal game on Thursday night when you have the first team line in front of you and you're throwing the ball to Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston. If you wanted him to have a really good first experience back at the stadium, then you might not want to put him in the third quarter of a game when you're behind. What were they behind by that? 24-7?
No, they was down 14-7, by the way. And also, by the way, how is it a competition if you now saying, basically, let's just prop him up? If you want to see how good he is, just put him with the first team offense and defense, first team against the second unit and the third unit and make it look a certain way. Why would you even have him out there? Well, here's the reality of the situation. Shedeur Sanders had to go out there. Shedeur Sanders has to be out there competing. Shedeur Sanders didn't get to go with the ones, so now it's a disadvantage by going with the ones. I thought that's what competition was about, seeing it. I continue on, keep talking.
Something like that, when you're going to put him behind the eight ball in a situation like that with, I know that Shedeur was playing with backups as well, but it's funny because for Shedeur, the backups, those are his people.
So the backups is where you belong with those people. That's your idea of competition. That's the idea of competition, is let's prop up somebody and don't put them in front of the camera. Like, let's just be clear, bro. He's only spoke one time in 2 years. One time in 2 years. And the reason he's only spoke one time in 2 years is because of the outburst we just saw the other day. He still feels a certain type way. And it goes deeper than math. This is what we're saying. Like, this is why, and I don't know if y'all feel like I'm not the Pied Piper of how people gonna feel. I know I got a lot of people that's up in here and they'll be thinking a certain, feeling a certain way. Let me just tell you, all these folks up in here, they got their own mindset and how they feel and how they move. I don't control nothing. That's not my game plan. I get on here, I talk how I talk, and if you resonate with it, you resonate with it. But I keep it 1,000%. This don't sound like nothing that was open, honest, and fair. I don't see it. What are we talking about? We'll continue on.
Those were his people last
Gage,
year.
Arvidan, and Luke.
He has so much incredible timing with Gage and Luke and Malachi Corley. Those are his original people.
No, those were the people he was put on the practice squad with when he was not given an opportunity to play with the ones. So now all of a sudden these people on the other side of the field is his people. That's this type of stuff, and this is why my hands off. Yeah, look, hey, this type of stuff is the reason why things go left. Because that's not the way football works in competition. Because he went out there and really put up numbers and actually took time to have chemistry and really took the fact that he didn't get an opportunity to play. And he busted his tail, he kept his head down and waited and got the opportunity to play with the guys at the end of the season, which nobody wanted him to do. Now that's an advantage. How is that an advantage somehow? It's an advantage that you don't even, like Shedeur Sanders didn't play with not 1-1. He didn't play with not near. He never, Casey Concepcion was not in the offense when he was there. Denzel Boston was not in the offense when he was there. And you know what he did when he came out last week on Saturday? He came out and delivered. He came out and delivered. He outplayed Deshaun Watson. And the thing is, I got to tell y'all something, just to keep it really with a buck about y'all. People be trying to act like it be about the game. It don't be about no game, bro. I'ma just keep it 1,000 with you. Because there ain't nothing in that game that showed you. Let me just let's just put it to bed. If Shedeur Sanders had the same, matter of fact, let me get up off here. Let me just keep it a buck with you, because I'm gonna just get to it. Let's be honest with you. Let me put my thing up. If Shedeur Sanders had that same type of game and then went to the press conference and basically went off, do you think he would be on the roster today? We know the answer to that. But let me just show you. We're going to continue to go on. So Deshaun Watson did speak today after being named quarterback. We're going to get to it. This is what he had to say in terms of what was going down.
You know, human nature, just myself being very emotional, putting a lot of time these last 2 years to, you know, get back and, you know, spend time in this facility, in the city, meeting a lot of different people in the community. You know, I thought I was going to get, you know, a little different response, but, you know, I think, you know, my emotions got the best of me. And, you know, my comments wasn't intending to go at any of the fans around in the city, because there's been a lot of great fans that have been supporting me. And I know the frustration. This organization have put, you know, a lot of investment in coming, you know, to get me back in 22. And things haven't been going the right direction that we thought it was. You know, a lot of injuries, a lot of time off, and not putting the best football and my foot forward. So, again, just, you know, I understand the frustration. I understand everything that kind of goes into that. You know, and moving forward, I just want to focus on football, making sure that, you know, I'm putting the best product out there, having the best ability, you know, because I thrive off the energy. I thrive off the energy of the fans. I thrive off the energy of the community. I thrive off all that stuff. You know, I think looking back in my history at Clemson and, you know, previous at the Houston organization, you know, I was a big community guy, big city guy, big fan guy, you know, during the game. So, you know, again, my emotions got the best of me. I'm a human. I take full responsibility of that. And, you know, just moving forward, I want to make sure that I put the best product for the team, for the organization, and for the city, so we can put a lot of wins and make sure that I celebrate and put Cleveland on the map. You know, that's why I put the helmet on my head and I put the uniform on my body, is to go out there and make sure I put my best foot forward. And that was one of the reasons why I chose this city, is to come and you know, have a lot of wins with this community, with this city, and make sure that we on the right track, so we can have a lot of celebrations and a lot of excitement to go each and every Sunday. So again, moving forward, I just want to make sure that I can give the city something to think about, in the first 2 games, and when we come back home, that we have something to cheer about and we can celebrate and go do what we want to do, and that's achieve the ultimate goal and go win and be a champion.
That was Deshaun Watson's comments in terms of his press conference, right? And that would have been that was a much better response than with the response he gave on Saturday. And obviously somebody came and talked to him, and the team spoke to him, and probably the owner talked to him, and probably the GM talked to him, probably the coach talked to him, probably everybody talked to him after it was done. But once I got the feeling that when we look at it, they had already made their mind up, even after he said what he did and how he moved and played. And so my thing is, I'm not really here to parse out whether or not he's contrite about whatever the case may be. There's parts of what he said that I still agree with him on. I'm not a person. I did a blog when he got booed, and or they cheered when he got injured, and I went on at a bunch of Cleveland Browns fans. I said, bro, that ain't what we trying to do. As a former player, I ain't never about to sit up here and tell you exactly what's going on. Even when it comes to I believe in right is wrong, right? Even when Deshaun Watson was going through allegations, I went through case by case and looked at him. I looked at what Busby was doing. I looked at a lot of affidavits and a lot of situation and court documents where people had cases dismissed because they basically was lying. I got the blog on there. I can show you. So for me, I'll say this. I was excited when they got Deshaun Watson. I told people they was going to get 4,500 yards. So for me, I call balls and strikes. It is what it is. I can say who I feel like should have been starting or how they going to play, and what his assessment on the field is without having to go about being oh yeah, it was all bad. It's all this. We ain't got nothing to do with that. But my problem is this, and I look into a deeper situation. Is I'm from Cleveland. Well, I'm from Canton area. Here's your problem that you're going to have, and this is why y'all come to the barbershop. I said it years ago. I said when Deshaun Watson had that towel over his head and he was crying because he tore his Achilles heel, I've been a person who's been on the football field that tore ligaments multiple times, and it's one of the loneliest places in the world as an athlete. And when he heard people cheering, his relationship was damaged and is not able to be fixed. What he said yesterday is how he felt. It's the reason we haven't heard from Deshaun Watson in over 2 years, because he's still working through that situation where he's thinking that ain't what he's trying. If Deshaun Watson today played well the rest of the year, and they offered him a contract, and some other team offered him a contract, he's not coming back to Cleveland at all, ever. It's just not going to happen. And so what we heard yesterday is a person who literally, yes, he was emotional in the time period, and I get why you can be emotional. Nobody wants to be booed, but at the same time, you also got to take the role of understanding in those 2 years and preparing for the moment when you getting back. You got to physically prepare and you got to mentally prepare. And you also have to understand that this is exactly the thing that you're going to have to deal with. So when Tony Grossi gave a follow-up question to him and asked him, is this something that you're going to be able to overcome? I'll give it to you. I don't want to, listen, I'm just going to, listen, maybe let's get back to it. I want to be clear about it so we can get to it. Let me see. Is this one?
I don't know. The only time I feel that energy is when I'm in the stadium or it's on social media. Like I mentioned before, when I'm in public, no one's mentioned anything. So I think that's the only time those people that's holding it in is trying to, disrupt the energy. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a social media, the players can't respond back. And in the stadium, players can't respond back. So I get it. I understand it, so it is what it is.
I'm going to say two more. Quarterback job is tough enough. Can you defeat that negativity?
I don't know. I don't know.
That is actually a good follow-up question by Tony Grossi. It was short, it was succinct, and it was spot on. See, I still can give credit where credit is due. Sometimes I don't agree 97%. Because what we're seeing here is he's asking a question that goes to the mental state of what it is to be the leader and face of an organization. And the problem is when you say that I don't know, right there for me as a player, that's disqualifying. Because it ain't, listen, the game is too hard for you to have any shadows of doubts talking about whether or not I can get over it. Because when it's third down and we need a throw and you drop back and in your mind you thinking about what happens if I don't get this? What happens if I'm not successful? Are they going to boo me? That stuff, that affects the entire psyche of the team. Because what we got to see when we looking at huddle is a guy that's confident, that knows without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going out there and it don't matter. It's us. We're going to let it all hang out. And you got to believe that I believe that my ability is when we down, we ain't never down too much for us to come back. That is a very, and all the rest of the stuff too. Like, okay, he mad y'all booed. Okay. That's not what I'm paying attention to. I'm paying attention to that. That is a comment that goes to the heart of what it is to be a quarterback when you play in the most difficult position in the entire world. Let's continue on.
It's a mental battle every day. I feel like I get more love on road games than I do home games. So if it is,
no, hold on, bring it back. Bring that back. Bring it back.
Battle every day.
Think about this. He said it's a mental battle every day. The mental battle has to be against the opponent, not the fans. Think about that. The mental battle, you're saying the mental battle is against something that is not even the biggest deterrent. The biggest deterrent is playing that position well and dealing with the pressures that come with that and being off for years. Understand what we're saying. It's different from being like, see, this really don't actually be truthful. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people think that this going to come off as people being salty about Shedeur Sanders. No. Or why Shedeur not starting? Because guess what? I'm going to tell you what. The people that support Shedeur Sanders is going to support him still. Shedeur Sanders is going to get ready to play just like he said he was on the Didi, with the Didi on the sidelines. If you don't play me, okay, I'm going to prepare like the starter. And guess what? If I do start, well, then I'm still preparing. But I'm going to come in and be a great teammate. I'm going to come in and support whoever the starting quarterback is. And when I get my opportunity, just like I got my opportunity against the Buffalo Bills and showed up and showed out, I will continue to do the same thing and be professional and come in here and prepare like I'm the future of the Cleveland Browns. That's easy. We're not even talking about that. So I don't know if you thought people was going to come in here crying. We ain't crying boo-hooing nothing. What we talking about is the pitfalls that people put themselves into. Let's continue on.
Can you defeat that negativity?
I don't know. It's a mental battle every day. I feel like I get more love on road games than I do home games. So if it is my spot and he does make me the name, maybe it's 17 away games then. I don't know.
Nah. This is why listen, I've been doing this too long. This is what we're talking about. You saying 17 away games? I got a joke on this podcast all the time. I tell people, hey, you in trouble, stop playing them away games. What that mean? Hey, listen, hey, I'm about to go out of town to meet Shorty, you know what I'm saying? I'm going down to Dallas and meet George. I'm going to Miami to meet so-and-so. Nah, bro. How you know her? How you know old girl? What you going down there? You jeweled up? Bro, who you know down there? Nobody. I'm going to meet her up. Bro, you mess around, get set up out here. You playing too many away games. You know in high school when you playing away games. On them away games, the refs is against you. The crowd is against you. You not getting no calls. The rims look like they tight if you playing basketball. The grass is 10 feet high if you playing the team. Listen, everything is against you. All you got is you and your fam and your homeboys out there trying to get it done. There's a reason why home and a road is worth 3 points on the road. You telling me that you coming into the season thinking that it's 17 away games? Are you serious? And the thing is, if you're the quarterback, that means your team is 17 away games. That means your left tackle is 17 away games. That means your wide receivers, instead of them catching the football, getting upfield and getting that admiration, that jovialness, that, hey, bro, we balling. I got drafted in the first round. Casey Concepcion is cooking. Every time he get in the huddle, he got to get in the huddle and he going to hear boos. It happened with Denzel Boston. I reached out to some people and said, yo, what's going on with Denzel Boston? He wasn't looking at the dirt ball that he threw. He was mad because he heard boos once he saw the dirt balls. That throw that Deshaun made, he wasn't out there trying to be like, oh, look how terrible that throw was. It was the fact that he heard boos in his home stadium. You got to understand, man, these dudes come from colleges where they're loved. They come from winning programs in college where they have been the man. 100 college stadiums is the biggest stadiums in the entire world. And they getting love on the regular. However, now they gonna hear boos. They're gonna hear stuff. And now, guess what these same reporters is gonna walk up to him and ask him? What do you think about your quarterback being booed? What do you think about this person happening? Have you ever been around anything like this? Is this something you can deal with? How do you encourage Deshaun? What is that? Does that galvanize you? You guys are losing right now. You guys are on a very good football team. You can't score any points. How does it affect you when you go home and you're hitting boos and you just had two rough? See, this is what I'm saying. Sometimes when you make decisions, you have to stand with the consequences. The Cleveland Browns as an organization have made their decision. But that ain't got nothing to do with what these fans is talking about because they've already made their decision. You see, we'll talk about it coming up later. It's a thing called political capital. Dang, G. Bush, I just want to hear the recap. I don't want to hear the dissertation. No, I'm going to break it all the way down for you. Don't say I'm just being a hater. Don't show me. Listen, I'm just showing you the mirror right now. There's a bunch of people out here salty. And I always told you, you can't win a war on two fronts. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Let's hear here's the conversation. I'll finish this off.
I don't know.
The fact that you guys do have your first 2 are on the road, your first 6 of 9 are on the road. If you win the job, might that work in your favor?
Again, I'm not sure. I don't know. I thought being away for 2 years and working myself back from 2 Achilles injuries and putting the time in and, being around the facility, being around the city, doing charity work in the city, supporting the Cleveland Browns, hanging out with fans whenever I do see them, being honest, being, the type of person I know I am and the character would help. And I guess it haven't. So that's why I say it's personal. So.
See, nah, I said it on top 5. I said it on top 5. You got to take accountability for it. Listen, man, no disrespect. Like the play on the field ain't been good. If you come out there and you tell people, listen, y'all do me too. I have not had a good return on investment. I'd admit it. There was a guy here prior to me that the fan base beloved. And it's the perception that I was the reason he was gone. There was 3 first-round picks put on me. I got one of the biggest contracts in the game, fully guaranteed. All of those things play a big role into why people are booing. And a lot of those things are on me. Hey, that's the breaks. It's NFL football. I've been out on injury. Those things happen, but at the end of the day, people don't care nothing about the rehab. People don't care about how hard you work. They want results. And for me, the results ain't been good enough for me, myself, and my personal aspirations and what I hold myself accountable to. And the results have not been there when it comes to the team aspect. So yes, they probably should boo. My thing is, I understand that with some of the things that were going on in my past, I get it. I feel like I'm a different person. But all I can do is I can't come out here and expect people to just accept me fully. That's never gonna happen. To some people, then that's fine. All I can do is put my best foot forward to be a good representation of the man who I am currently for my family, the city of Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns organization, and that starts every single day when I wake up. So hopefully, continue to hold me accountable, and I'll continue to strive to become the person I am. But there ain't no victims around here. A lot of that stuff, that's on me. If he says that, guess what? We're not talking about a lot of things today. But it takes process and time for people to come around and understand those types of things, right? Maybe his process of diagnosing and figuring out what he wants to be and who he wants to be ain't all the way there yet. God got a way of working with people. So let's talk about, that's the philosophical point about this situation. But let me tell you about the political part, because this is the thing. This is the thing that's going to get y'all. See, let's keep it a buck. There's a lot of people that be running around feeling like, oh, okay, let me figure out what's going on here. 3,900 people in here. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. We doing double time. We doing overtime in here today. Let's talk about something real quick. Political capital. I alluded to this on UCSS. We'll break it all the way down here. Political capital is the amount of trust, influence, credibility, goodwill, and support a leader has accumulated with the people around him. Despite the word political, it does not only apply to politicians. Political capital exists in companies, sports teams, media organizations, universities, churches, nonprofits, basically anywhere people who have to work together and make decisions. Think of it like the leadership bank account. You build political capital when you make good decisions, keep your word, treat people fairly, deliver results, build relationships, share credit, support others, demonstrate good judgment. Every time you do those things, you make a deposit. Then there are moments when leadership requires you to make a withdrawal, asking people to accept an unpopular decision, challenging someone powerful, requesting additional resources, defending an employee, changing an established process, taking a calculated risk, or asking people to trust you when the outcome is not guaranteed. Why it matters so much in leadership. You can have authority without having Boy, this is why y'all be pulling up. You thought I was going to get the emotional G. Bush. No. See, when I do breaking news, I ain't just going to give you the emotion. Y'all might be upset a little bit. There's 4,000 people in here. Hit the like button. But let me show you. Let me know if you're getting to something, G. Bush. We might get to something. You can have authority without having political capital. Your title might give you the authority to say, we are doing this. Political capital is what makes people what makes people respond. People may say, I don't completely agree, but I trust you. Let's do it. Let me bring this back. Let me bring it back. See, if I had Rosie here right now, she doing what good work. She'd be dropping them comments down there. But we're going to get to them. You can have authority without having political capital. And I study politics all the I came up studying politics. See, politics get a bad word. I call politics learning how the game works. When you study politics, you learn the game because that's what governs everything. Forget what you're talking about. You think it's more? Nah, it's always something in the background. Your title may give you the authority to say, you know what, we about to do this. Political capital is what makes people respond. You know what? I don't completely agree, but I trust you. Let's do it. Slide 2. We only got 2 of them. Slide 2. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you know where I'm going. Put a 1 in the chat if you know where I'm going. Put a 2 in the chat. Say, I don't know about this. A leader with high political capital can usually push hard, challenge conventional thinking, survive occasional mistakes, get people to take risks with them, negotiate more effectively, and influence decisions outside their formal authority. A leader with low political capital has much less room for error. Remember that. I'll log it away and come back. I know this might not be one of them. It might not be, like I told you, it might not be, this one might not be for everybody. I'm just letting you know. A leader with low political capital has much less room for error. Even good ideas can encounter resistance because people don't necessarily trust the person delivering them. There's another important piece right here that everybody got to get to. Political capital is finite. Say it with me, boys and girls. Political capital is finite. Strong leaders don't spend it on every disagreement. They figure out which issues actually matter. They're basically saying, I need to figure out which hill I'm going to die on. What is this? Do I want to go nuclear with this? Do I want to stand beside this? Is this what I really want to get to? For example, imagine a new executive joins a company and immediately fights leadership over 10 different things. Even if they're correct about 7 of them, they may quickly develop a reputation for being, quote unquote, difficult. A more strategic leader might establish relationships, produce results, learn how the organization works, and identify the 2 issues that really, really actually matter the most. When they finally push hard on something, people pay attention because they haven't been fighting every single battle. That's why one of the most valued leadership skills is knowing when to spend your political capital and when to preserve it. And there's a little distinction that matters. Political capital isn't necessarily about being popular. Thought I didn't keep talking to him, G. Bush. You can be extremely well liked and have relatively little influence. Conversely, someone can make difficult decisions that occasionally upset people while maintaining tremendous political capital because they're considered competent, fair, trustworthy, and valuable to the organization. In leadership, the strongest position usually having formal authority, plus demonstrated results, plus strong relationship, plus credibility. When you have all 4, your influence can extend far beyond whatever job title you technically always or allows you to do. When it comes to the coaching position and it comes to this decision puts Todd Monken in between a rock and a hard place because you're in a position where you don't have that much political capital built. As a matter of fact, you're between a rock and a hard place because you're a first-time head coach. Ownership plays a role in decision-making when it comes to a lot of parts of the organization. And you're dealing with a player of Shedeur Sanders' nature that is a very supported and backed individual. You're also dealing with another player who was named starter that people are now over the top against. If you thought it was going crazy before and it was 4,000 people in the stands, let me tell you something. I couldn't even go to the grocery store. I couldn't go nowhere. Everywhere I stopped on the way back to get some gas. And people's like, this is wild work. This is crazy. G. Bush, my phone almost shut down. I got so many text messages. And I don't think that they might understand that I don't think they understand what's coming. I mean, you got two different factions of people that was arguing back and forth. The people that thought Shedeur wasn't good and people who support Shedeur thick and thin are now on the same page. Political capital is a funny thing because now, I always say this, and I'll say this before. I think it's crazy to think, okay, Todd Monken about to get let go, but this ain't me. I'm just holding the mirror up for you, people. I think it's wild work for you to say Todd Monken. Let me just keep it real with you. I think it's wild work for you to say that the man ain't even coached a job. The man ain't even coached a game, and there's people right now talking about, yeah, he a one and done. But that's political capital. You see, he's in a rough spot because the political capital, they've been taking way too many withdrawals. It's insufficient funds. There was already a group of people that's waiting for you to kill you for the Myles Garrett trade. They're already there. There's another group of people that's waiting for you to play Deshaun Watson against Baker Mayfield that thought you ran Baker out of town. That's two. There's a group of people who thought that, hey, you was going to be, we felt you was different, but you took them arrests away from Shedeur, so now I feel like you Kevin Stefanski. There's a group of people who now is like, are you serious? I just saw what I saw from this, and you put him on the field. These not G. Bush's words. And to illustrate it, I'm just going to give you what people saying. This how people, and guess what? He probably don't care nothing about it, but that's the thing about political capital. For you to have the capital and funds in the bank, you have to have results. It's hard to tell people, trust me, and the result's not there yet. That's why this move is head-scratching to me, because at least if you would have played the guy who literally outplayed the guy you're going to play, at least you would have had some deposits. You could have said, yeah, Shedeur struggled, but guess what? He's young. I've seen some things. And then it was a massive withdrawal because the Band-Aid got ripped off the fact that the fans is now back into it, invigorated. Watch this. I said something on UCSS the other day, right? Today I said it. You can't fight a war on two fronts. You can't fight like at least you had the war with the fans versus the local media. Right? That's a beautiful distraction. It was with the local media and the Shedeur Sanders fans. That was a beautiful distraction. They go back and forth. We just had some the other day, back and forth. This happens. All of a sudden, the local media then moved and coalesced. The Shedeur Sanders fans then moved and coalesced. And now you got the national media running around here. You can't fight a war on two fronts with no political capital. You just can't. Because when you don't win and it don't look good, guess what's coming next? They done already started to beat the drum. Here we go. Here, the four-letter network. They done already started to beat the drum.
Shocked. I feel awful for the fans of the Cleveland Browns. I have no idea how you could witness what you witnessed in that press conference and it not be a part of your evaluation and decision. I think the world of Todd Monken. I think he's a great coach. I think the world of Andrew Berry. I think he's put together really good football teams. I have no idea how they can make this decision. I said if this was strictly a football decision, strictly football, 50-50. Start the guy you want. I'd be fine with it. Last week, I thought in preseason week 1, Deshaun played better than Shedeur. Week 2 wasn't even close. Shedeur was markedly better than Deshaun. The performance this past Saturday by Deshaun was not good. It was candidly very poor. To have him have that interaction and make the comments that he made in a town, and Kimberly, you could speak to it better than I can, but like in a town, in a city, in a football fan base and franchise like Cleveland, and to sit there and be like, don't boo me, and it's more than just performance, the tone-deaf element of that, and then to name him the starting quarterback less than 48 hours out of it, I truly feel awful for that fan base, because you can tell the fan base really likes Shedeur and wants Shedeur, and whatever reason why, I don't care. They don't with Deshaun. I'm shocked. I thought there was no way that they would name him the starting quarterback.
Look, once again, G. Bush just a messenger. You can't fight a war on two fronts. And trust me, if they're right, this is one of the greatest pools of all time. If they're right and Deshaun Watson comes out here and cooks and is balling the first 2 games once we watch it, I'll congratulate him and shake his hand. The same way I said I would congratulate him and shake his hand if he outplayed Shedeur Sanders. But we didn't see that. It was no outplaying. And Todd Monken has the prerogative to make that move. He said, y'all are not in my meeting rooms. You're not where I'm at. Okay, there it is. So now, this your guy. This is your guy. We got to stand on business now. It is, let's see what he got. And if it don't look good, trust me, if it don't look good, you got to understand what's coming with it, because you can't fight it on 2 fronts. I repeat that. You cannot on 2 fronts, especially, and I want to say this too. Let me just say this right now, and I'm going to get it out the way. Hey, Shedeur, let me talk to you real quick. Nephew. Now, I'm going to play this first. Go ahead, play this.
Somebody that really understands the long game, that really, I think, has come to understand the long game, right? What are we really in this for? What am I in it for? To have the Browns be an organization that people aspire to be, right? The long game, right? Where do we want to be in the long term, right? Whatever that, and he understands that as well as a quarterback, right? Where he was at, where he's at now, where he wants to get to. That is what's so awesome about Shedeur understanding that. Really, he does. We met this morning for a good long time, and all he had was a smile on his face, because he understands what really is in front of him, not really a short-term, maybe long-term decision. I mean, this is like a player, like he's going to work his butt out to get better, and he has already.
Hey, Shedeur, let me talk to you real quick. Yeah, I like that. I like that, nephew. I like that. Shedeur. I love that. See, we're not gonna play these games. That's how you level up. I'm glad. That's how you handle yourself with that maturity, that grace, that dignity. You know you outplayed him. But you also know what you went through last year. And you also know, guess what? I got to understand how to play the game. How to play the game. I want you to continue to go in there. You support Deshaun Watson. You be a great backup. You be a great teammate. You make sure you still in there on time. You hitting every meeting. You there early. You getting extra weights in. You ready to go. And I want you to go with that same energy that you was in that press conference with at the end of the game. Fun, jovial, happy, yourself. Because guess what? You gonna get your opportunity. And once you get that opportunity, you ain't gonna turn back. See, that's the difference in the maturation between last year and this year. What you went through last year put you in a position to succeed this year. because that interaction right there is exactly what I want to see. Under no circumstances will you say, oh, well, Shedeur got to go because Shedeur has been a distraction. When Shedeur and I want to thank you, my good sir, for stepping up and telling people, hey, man, don't be booing Deshaun Watson. That's exactly what you were supposed to do. You being a good teammate in that locker room. So all the noise, if Deshaun Watson does not perform well, it's going to be on Deshaun Watson. Not because of what Shedeur Sanders said, not because of what his fan base said, not because what we made somebody do or they made. No. It's going to be on your own merit. He got the number one job right now. It's up for him to keep it. And for you, you consistently go in there and do you at the highest level of professionalism. And you let us handle the rest of it. We not going to play no games. I don't want to hear not one thing. The same way we handled last year. You are the starting quarterback. Whoever the starting quarterback is, I'm going to sit here and watch these games, and I'm going to call balls and strikes, just like I've been doing. But if it start turning left, and by the way, I'm not hoping it turn left. But if it does, there will be no pivoting to this is why, because it's the pressure when you got a guy behind you with the name of Shedeur Sanders. I think you should play Dylan Gabriel right now. I think when you got a guy like Shedeur Sanders that's one of the most famous people in the world, how fair it is that the guy in front of him is not going to be able to, listen, stop that. I'm going to just tell you right now, we won't be having it. You got the role. Let's cook. We're going to see what you got. Most of y'all didn't want no competition to start with. We already know who. So there won't be no pivoting. The pivot ain't here. We is not Ryan Clark. The pivot, no. You got the job. He's out there. Shedeur is going to come be professional, sit right there, be a great teammate, have great interaction with his teammates and coaching staff, and we going to be sitting here waiting. And when he get his opportunity, he's going to cook. Have a nice day. 3 seats, please. Don't you start cooking up nothing. But you ain't got to worry about us. You ain't got to worry about me. You got other people to worry about. Tell you what, you got other people to worry about. Just keep it a buck. You can't fight a war on 2 fronts. Here you go.
I think it might have been. I would cut him. I would maybe deactivate him. Take your pick. You don't want him as a backup. And I don't think anybody on the team wants Deshaun Watson as a starter, including Deshaun. You don't openly engage and antagonize the fan base after another crap performance a couple weeks before the opener if you actually want the starting job. And it's personal, it's personal, it's personal. Let's address that. To quote every dumb action movie ever, it's not personal, it's business. The origin of all of this, Deshaun Watson and the Browns, goes back to them trading for him, them saying, screw it, and let's say to hell with it because we think we have a top 5 quarterback and the fans are just going to have to forgive us for that. You could see, at least from a business football perspective, that would make sense. But one real big problem, he was really bad on the field. Like, unbelievably, objectively bad. Take away all the weird stuff off the field. Take away any of the PR stuff. He was bad. Look at this. Out of 50 quarterbacks with the pass attempts, stats. 49th, 48th, 50th, 50th, 50th. This isn't personal. This is really, really bad football. So set aside the money. Try to compartmentalize with all the weird stuff off the field. The football was and is terrible. Believe me, guys. Believe me. If he wasn't the alleged creepy massage guy and he was throwing 35 touchdowns a year, never mind all the off-the-field stuff for the Browns fans. They wouldn't be booing, they'd be buying. They'd be buying his jersey. Off the field, it's been terrible. On the field, it's been terrible. No one wants this. No one wants Deshaun. Eat the money. Other teams have done it. Other teams have done it recently and survived. Eat the money. Name Shedeur your starter, name Dylan your backup, and cut him or deactivate him. Any of the above. Todd Monken, I feel like you're a good guy, and I feel like you're a good football guy. There's been so many times that the Browns have been unable to provide a good team. At least provide some goodwill. It might be your best version of a win right now. Are you honestly going to have the chutzpah and the gall to stand up there today and be like, we're going to go with Deshaun? It's absurd. I don't even think he should be on the roster. I don't even think he wants to be on the roster. It was the worst trade in history. You're only making it worse by starting him. Cut him, get him out of here, and move on.
Not my words. Not my. Well, I told you he was going to be on the roster, and they can't cut him because they won't be able to field a team. That's not happening. They're not cutting him. They're not trading. That's not happening. The point I'm making is he's going to have to come out and cook, and early. He's going to have to cook early. The thing about, and the way I look at the Browns too is they don't have the same level defense. I mean, Alex Wright, in all of this, we lose Alex Wright for the year with an Achilles injury. Out of all of this, we lose Alex Wright for the year. Where our depth is minimal on defense. We can't stop a cold. We can't get off the field on the run. I mean, we don't have corners. This is not the same team that's going to be able to prop you up with Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward and Sweat. This is not the same unit, bro. They're going to need to be scoring points. And I haven't seen these points in the preseason. So we go back to political capital. We go back to it. We go back to it. We haven't even had time to play games to develop any political capital. Any political capital that they had, some of it got dashed when they traded Myles Garrett. I like Jared Verse. I like him coming back. But some of it got dashed when we saw what we saw on Saturday. And a large group of it got dashed after the announcement today. So think about when you can make that up. We're on the road the first 2 games of the season. And you got Baker Mayfield in Tampa? You couldn't write a script like this, bro. Like, you got Baker in Tampa who famously told you, I'm not calling you back because they found out that you went after Deshaun Watson while he was still the quarterback and wouldn't give him a contract. To this day, he still can't get the big-time contract. He made a Pro Bowl the other year. Threw for 4,000 yards the other year. You think this dude ain't going to be motivated to play the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson and say, this is who you picked over me? And then you got a segment of the population, shout out to the Baker bros, who going to be saying, Jay Crawford might have his old jersey on. He might have the old Baker on. He might just pull it up. He might just pull it out, bro. You can't fight a war on 2 fronts. You just can't. This is one front. Let's talk about the other front. You can't do it. A Dog's Podcast. I remember when Kevin Stefanski stood in front of the media with a dead look in his eyes every week after another horrible game and told us Deshaun Watson gives us the best chance to win. Today, Todd Monken inherited the script. We feel like to start the season on the road, Deshaun gave us the best chance to move the football and score points. Let me just tell you something. To be honest with you, I don't clip comments very often. But my point is, you can't fight a war on 2 fronts. You saw how the national media feels. You listen to radio this morning, you know how the local media feels. These are what the fans are saying. Deshaun Watson's body of work showed that he has led all quarterbacks in interceptions during training camp practice. It doesn't get any easier during the season. I've never done a 180 on someone this fast. I've already feeling like Stefanski's It's Stefanski when he talks now. I hate this team. 70,000 people need to show up Thursday night versus the Steelers wearing bags over their heads and boo the you know what out of Monken in the front office. The emphasis on the road makes me think something, right? The coach just said some BS Watson finna go out there and get pounded. He's lying through his teeth. Watson hasn't thrown a ball more than 10 yards in the air in years, but he gives you the best chance to score. Does he not know we all have eyes and we've watched the terrible play? Look, this is when I talk about this stuff. I'm just giving you the thesis statement, and the thesis statement is certain things is self-inflicted. I just don't like the direction. And I told you this. I keep it a buck with everybody. I listen. Like the Todd Monken hire. I like his straightforward nature and no nonsense. I like the fact that he gets feisty sometimes. I like his offense and what it means. But I don't got to sit up here and say I like the decision to play Deshaun Watson, and I think it's a wrong one. I think it's a wrong decision. But like anything else, like I tell people, like I said with Shedeur Sanders, and like I said with Deshaun Watson, every man has an opportunity to either prove himself wrong or right. That goes for Todd Monken too. See, the man laws, they extend across the bow. The man laws don't trip because everybody has an opportunity to prove themselves right or wrong. And then you got to deal with what come with it. But here's what I'm going to say. There's a thought process that I don't think they understand how crazy this can get. And by the way, don't hit me up saying I'm condoning any craziness, no vulgar nature. Don't be putting nothing on no football field. I ain't saying you call people out of their name. I'm not saying call for firing people. I'm just sitting here telling you this, that there are a lot of people that are angry and upset today. And it's just not from one area of the media. It's just not from one fan base. It's just not from the local media or the national media. I'm talking about it's from a lot of different places. And the thing that you got to understand is when you got this many people that upset, you think that it was bad. It was 4,000 people at the stadium. What happens if it's 70,000? See, you and like I said before, you put your young people in a situation where that's not how you win. And granted, if you feel like this is the guy that's going to give you the doggone best chance and you just got to go by it because it was, but respectfully, I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. I'm not seeing none of that. So now, as an organization, you're asking your young players to bear the brunt of criticism of something they didn't sign up for. They didn't sign up to come here and get booed early. It's the same thing some of the Myles Garrett talked about. Myles Garrett came up when the Browns was losing hundreds of games every year. Nick Chubb came into that, hundreds of games. And the thing is, we've watched some of our best players. Shout out to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb was one of my favorite players. And to this day, I just have, when I hear Nick Chubb, I just get a pit in my throat, and I just don't like the way it ended. Just don't. Nick Chubb was the epitome of everything that you wanted in a Cleveland Brown. He worked his way back. He was quiet. He never rocked the boat. He was everything that everybody say they want as a player. And the way he ended up as a Cleveland Brown, it was crazy. He retired. You know, you take a look at the guys that we had. We drafted Baker #1 overall. He out of here. We just traded Myles Garrett. He broke the sack record, and then he got traded. See, you got to understand that a lot of people, I get it. Some people just got there, and some of the rookies just got there, but there's a lot of people in that fan base that have been here kicking it for years. And the Shedeur Sanders people, think about it. Y'all be saying, I don't know how I could do this. And y'all ain't, but you just pulled up like 2 years ago, or about a year and a half ago. Think of how tired you would be if you was taking these L's like this for years. For 30 years. See what I'm saying? 30. And so I don't know if they understand the nature of where we're going. I don't think they do. I mean, if he can somehow play his way out of this, more power to him. I'll salute him. I will shake his hand, and I will say, you was balling. But it's hard to fight a war on 3 fronts.
That was my original conclusion after seeing it.
Yeah.
Number one, he can't play for them again. And number two, they're surely sufficiently non-dysfunctional to know that. This is an entertainment business that relies upon individuals choosing to give up their time, their money, and their emotion. And there's a point where you are just giving your fans a double-barreled, flaming middle finger. You can't do it. You cannot have him on the field again. He doesn't want to be there. It's not good for his mental health. It's not good for your business. The interests align for different reasons.
Yeah.
He cannot play for the Browns again. They need him to get through this year on the team. If they cut him or trade him next year, 4 years of proration that they've carefully layered, boom, all goes into 1 year. It's like $90 million. So they need to keep him on the team. They just need to do with him what the Texans did with him 5 years ago. Pay him and not play him.
That's not going to happen, as we see today. I ain't going to take too much of your time up. It's 3:30. It's in the middle of the day, and it's dang near 5,000 people in here. Hit the like button. I still got to get to some super chats. We're going to get your reaction to it. But let me just tell you something, man. I don't know. I don't know if they understand where this thing is at. The thing about the national media, and I'm going to tell you that, I'll let you guys know this. The thing about the national media is, I told you all the time, the local dudes get their cues from them. We get the cues of how we should roll from them. If the national dudes then already state they claim at this, there is no relief. Where is the grace coming from? Usually the national media give you some grace. Before this happened, they would have gave the grace and said, okay, well, it's a football decision. Deshaun's the veteran. Let's keep it pushing. Maybe, he don't play well, push Shedeur in later on. Matter of fact, a lot of people would have just had to deal with that, right? But now, you've signaled after this happened, now they're emboldened. Now, this the way life works. People got emboldened, and they're like, oh, really? Oh, so y'all still gonna play him? That's their attitude. That's their attitude. And when you get trenched, when you get entrenched and dug in on stances, and you got like a unstoppable force with an immovable object, that means that's nasty work. It's nasty work. And look, he's gonna have to play lights out. When I mean lights out, I mean lights out. He got to have a career. He got to have a career year, because them 2 games on the road, and those games, that's not gonna be nothing compared to what the storylines is coming back home. And you set your entire team up, because now all we waiting for is the 2 minutes before that game to see whether or not he's going to get booed. That's crazy to me. Not about whether or not they're good enough to beat the team. Not about whether or not they can cook. Not about whether or not the long-term vibe. It's just the crazy part that we just all tuning in to see what the fan reaction going to be. Political capital is a funny thing. You can make them withdrawals without having deposited, but there's penalties involved, overdrafts, late payments. And right now, I think the Browns is in insignificant and insufficient funds when it comes to the political capital. And I don't know if they can, I don't know how this thing gonna shake out. Let's talk. Let's talk a little bit. What y'all got? Good gracious. Hold on. Oh my goodness. How many of these? Let me see. Wow. I got to go all the way back up to the top. Let's see. Give me a second. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Let me see. Get to some comments. I'll go with, I'll go with regular. I don't know why it looks like this in here, but we'll do it. Wow. So, and why does this, let's show comments on the stage, and why is this not showing? Bear with me here. Why don't this show? You're not seeing it. Give me one moment. I'm not sure why my super chat is not showing on this screen. I'm not sure. Give me a second. There we go. There they go. It's because they won't let me do that. Okay. All right, we ready to go. All right, we're going to go to the beginning. Sorry, peoples. There's a lot of these comments, but we'll keep it going. We got to make sure we get to the beginning of them. You know, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's scroll down. Let's scroll down. Make sure we get all of them. There we go. Cagema 89, buck the frowns till they stop playing in our faces. They playing in us. You feel like they playing in your face. Let's continue to work, man. A trainer thought I'd spend the grip to fly to Nashville to Cleveland for the home opener. My wife and I have 2 jerseys each. I'm not coming to see Watson. I'll sell my tickets or get him away. A trainer thought. Hey, man, hey, listen, I give people the platform. I ain't going to tell you how to feel today. You want to tell me how you feel? Let me know. My job is to be a conduit to how you feel. I'm telling you, a lot of people be moving around. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how to feel. There's a lot of people. Hey, somebody said, G. Bush spotted chugging turpentine and pissing on the campfire in the metro parks. Nah, we ain't doing that. Never that. Absolutely not. Let's go with DB Dog. Thought Todd Monken said it again today that Shedeur understands the long game. And Shedeur had been told that this will be his team, but they want to get him ready. Imagine the marketing with Shedeur Sanders, quarterback one, in the new dome. I said this earlier. This is why I made the comment about political capital. See, if it's tough because once you had, and I think the Deshaun Watson press conference really, that's why it really, if he didn't have the comments that he made or even the performance people could just overlook. But the comments really just really riled people up. It's a whole segment of the fan base that had checked out or was like, man, Shedeur ain't no good either. But now you done riled them cats back up. And even if the game plan is behind the scenes, hey, listen, I talked to Shedeur. He understands he's going to be the quarterback of the future. He going to wait his turn. We got it set up for him. We like his progression. We going to bring him along, slowly. I'm tutelaging him. I'm bringing him under my wing slowly. The problem is when you don't have a track record, when you don't have your first-year coach, and you don't have wins yet, and the organization is under fire from some of this stuff, a lot of people is going to say, yeah, whatever. Don't tell me about the labor pains, just show me the baby. And that's what they're going to go with. I can't be mad at them. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I mean, could that be a situation? Sure, it could. But it still don't make it easier for certain fans to swallow the I guess, the tough pill of being like, they just really chose that. I mean, my phone is on fire. Sassy Southern Creations, we hotter than fish grease. DJ Short Stacks 2563. You know it's serious when G. Bush got his hat on backwards. You already know what type of time we was on. I had to turn my joint around. Absolutely not. Dan Renz, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Let's see what we got. PR444. Watson saying we aren't booing him because of the performance. Is so funny to me, bro. We didn't start booing you until 2024 when you stunk. 2022 and 2023, we were cheering for you, bro. I'm the Deshaun Watson 4,500 camp. I'm like, bro, we gonna be good. Hey, I was like, yo, good move. We didn't upgrade it. Bro, at the end of the day, you got to realize something, man. I was moving around. When I was at OU, I was the #1 recruit they had ever. And I went and I got to OU. I was good for 1 year. And then I tore my ACL. Then I tore my ACL again. Then I had back surgery. Then I tore my PCL. Then I tore a cartilage. I had 3 scopes. Then I had neck surgery. Bro, I had so many surgeries to a point. I couldn't even be mad at them when they went in another direction. They said, listen, this dude is not better than you, but we can't keep affording giving you these playing times when you fragile like Mr. Glass. It is what it is. G, the Browns have not been good consistently since I was 10 or 15 years old. I'm 50 now. I cannot support this level of incompetence. Why is it always us doing the most idiotic things in football? P. Rothstein, I couldn't tell you. Could tell you. Let me just be honest with you, man. The clear decisions was right in front of people's face. And even people don't think Shedeur Sanders is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time or don't know what his upside is. The fact that most people saw him outplaying Deshaun Watson is what it is. The second thing is the fact that you can't say that doesn't play a role into how a quarterback says something. Bro, come on, man. Like, P. Rothstein, I just don't. I mean, I don't agree with the move. It's no disrespect. It's no, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't agree with the move. Just like a lot of people don't agree with the move. So you better be right. Because I'm the last person you got to worry about. You better, listen. When they say it in the wire, if you come for the king, you bet not miss. If they put him out there, he's going to have to cook. He's going to have to cook, man. I'm just telling you. Red, you sure? This is literally what Shedeur haters get. Hi, let's go, Watson. Like, by the way, I told you, in the media, they don't like either one of them. But I didn't see them linking up. I didn't see a coalition I didn't think was possible. MPS Jones, 2 Jules, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Nisi P Love, disappointed but not surprised. Hey, listen, I'm disappointed, but I ain't surprised either. That's the crazy part about it. Hey, Shedeur, keep doing your thing. Keep your head up. Stay out the news. Make sure you in that facility early, nephew. Keep balling, because it's a lot of people out here. Matter of fact, it's 4,500 people. Put the wrist up if you trying to see him. Listen, put the wrist up if you still team wrist up regardless. What I seen you starting the game off 8 for 8. Put the wrist up if you team wrist up regardless. We gonna spam the chat with that. Come on now. What I seen, you wait your turn, and when you get out there, you cook. You know what it is. King Harrison speaks. This is a strategy for the future. Deshaun will be gone next year. However, I believe 2 will be playing this year, and he will cook and solidify he is him. I'd see this what I be talking about. This is why we be having the nature of unbotheredness. Okay, we gonna see. Remember what I said. The same way I told you what you do on the football field will resonate or get you up out of here. Well, we saw you on the field, I guess, with the threes and whatever, and looked like what it looked like. You got a couple of weeks to get that together, or you know what's going to happen. It's a make or miss league, not for long. Rashawn, 2 Jules, thank you. I appreciate you. Don Hall, Deshaun Watson worked his way. They'll give him a chance. There you go. That's crazy. Dub on the sticks. I unsubscribe from all things NFL for the remainder. The remainder of the season is such a long time. Anthony Barnes, man, it's rough. I believe 2 outplayed Watson, and he's going through a lot in the end. He will be better for it. He will get a shot and be great. That's what we talk about. We continue to talk about it. When you get your shot, go cook. P. Rothstein, I tell us you're a puppet without telling us you're a puppet. What do you know what, bro? They have to stop playing in our face like we don't know what's going on. Bro, hey, guess what? I just do a little podcast. How they handle their business, But just like fans is, y'all paying fans. Fans gonna speak how they want to speak. And if it ain't up to what they thinking in them standards is supposed to be, you already know what it is. You already know. Y'all made the decision. Stand on it. We here now. Let's cook. Deshaun Watson got his opportunity to prove us wrong or prove us right. Todd Monken got an opportunity to cook up a game plan to prove him and to get him ready to go and put some points on the board. Let's see. Let's see. Me and mine, I reserved my opinion until it was confirmed. Sad their Eagles won today and not the competition. Yeah, listen, you can't. I mean, like, the simple fact is, here's how I know it don't beat on competition. And people's like, oh, well, you saying it's rigged? Nah, it ain't the same thing as the thing with Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski didn't even like him. I'm not saying Todd Monken don't like Shedeur Sanders. He got a problem with Shedeur Sanders. Nah, as a matter of fact, I think he likes him as a player. But let's be clear, though. I mean, the performance on Saturday, like, if Deshaun Watson, if Shedeur Sanders put that performance up, you can't tell me right now that it would be what? The whole world would be burning down by now. But that's the thing about it. When you got when you got all that investment in a person, they are going to get a benefit of the doubt. They got a lot invested. Am I saying Shedeur not going to get a shot? Nope. Matter of fact, I love the way you handle yourself. When you get your shot, go in there and kill it. Go kill it. Travis Hunter, we need a pick 6. Y'all petty. Watch out over there. Travis Hunter be cooking. Cleveland Therapy, Charles T. Only in Cleveland. We have a prospect that constantly improves on the field, and they say, nope, let's go with a 10-year guy who is playing on a rookie level. Seattle knew when to pull the plug on Wilson. Denver knew when to pull the plug on your boy Russell Wilson for Knicks. Cleveland, nope. I thought Deshaun Watson played worse than every quarterback in the game. Shane Buechele included, and the other Allen, not Josh. And Shedeur. Bun Zach says, hell with the Browns. This was never a competition. Even G. Bush tried as sure as it was. It never was. Sanders outplayed Watson. Trade Sanders out of Cleveland. I'm pretty sure they're going to get a lot of them, too. A lot of people are going to be saying that. I can name 47 million reasons why Shedeur isn't starting. PA ZT6XU. Thank you so much for the super chat. I can think of a couple, too. Robin Lee. I'll just go with Robin. We'll go with Robin. Let me know, Robin. We appreciate the jewels. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You guys let me know how to pronounce your names. We'll make sure we get it together. Charlotte, 10 jewels. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. King Harrison speaks. I believe it'll be a great year for Shedeur no matter what happens politically. God's timing is never late. There you go. That's another reason the unbothered nature happens. It's the only way it was supposed to happen, right? If Jason knew the plan for Deshaun Watson, who's to say Miles didn't? Might be the real reason he wanted out. Yeah? Dre be working. Okay. Dom DeMarco. Give him a Dom DeMarco for that one. He might have knew that plan. He said, oh, no. No. We'll see. I like that one, though. Me and Mine Entertainment, Browns are basically sitting on a slot machine, $2 million, and is basically telling themselves, we might as well keep going. This is bad business. No other way to frame it. The business sense. Chef Shay. G. Bush, I'm going to have to make a blog about your hat being on backwards. Right? To be honest with you, man, by the way, I got to put that out. Make sure y'all, we on TV now. The announcement came out, UCSS will now be, let me see. Let me tell you, hold on. Let me tell you something, hold on. Y'all bear with me a little bit. I know we went crazy. I know we went crazy a little bit. Here we go. Let me bring this up. I hope they don't get me. I ain't gonna get me. Let's go with Twitter. Downloader. We're gonna make sure we get this. Hold me down real quick. It's a big win. It's a big win. I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is a big win. Bear with me, fellas, ladies, gentlemen. We just gonna cook a little bit. Y'all do this yet? All right, here we go. We just hanging out a little bit. Let me show you this real quick. Real quick. Here we go. Yeah. So, if you don't know, the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show has been in the works for a minute. The Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show has now been moved to television. And I'm going to tell y'all something. A lot of y'all 4,400 people in here that's rocking with the barbershop is the reason that we on television. When we was doing what we was doing last year and we was cooking and we was going at it every single day and we was moving around and we was throwing them wrists up and we was jousting and we was doing a lot of stuff, man. You know, we was on YouTube, we went to the app, and my whole goal when they started the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, man, you know, they told me that, you know, you got 6 months. I quit my job in business. I was in middle management in corporate America. They said, yo, we got a pilot coming up. It's 6 months. We ain't guaranteeing you nothing over that. At the time, Rosie was still living in the Philippines. And you know how it is with like when you do a K-1 visa, you got to have a full-time job. You write how much money you make, you can't get fired, you can't get nothing. You got to have health insurance, all the above, letter D. And they told us it was 6 months that we had a runway. And after that, no guarantees. I quit my job. I went to UCSS, and it looked like after 6 months, we might not even been cooking. But I told them, and this is why God talk about timing. I said, listen, I sat in a meeting. I said, listen, God told me, as long as you up on this show, this show going to keep going. And I said it in a meeting, and lo and behold, 4 or 5 years later, on September 8th at 11 a.m., we will be debuting every single day on WKYC for an hour, every day. So don't tell me what timing is, because I know it intimately. And it's a blessing because I'm one of very few many people that's on that show, that's going to be on that show 5 days a week as a mainstay host. So I want to thank each and every one of you for watching, for commenting, because without the community on YouTube, we wouldn't have been where we is today. I'm going to just tell you that right now. Without y'all pulling up to everything, without y'all just commenting, everywhere I go, even if y'all don't agree with some of the things people say, I just love y'all to death because y'all will show up where I show up. And it don't happen like that a lot of time in the world. Like if I go somewhere, every platform I'm on, y'all show up and y'all show up in support, man. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for making top 5 with my mom. I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to show you my family and really talk about it and have them be on the show. I want to thank you for giving Earl and Tyvis an opportunity to come on here and talk about different things. I want to give you an opportunity for all these independent media because without y'all, it would not be possible. So I know I've been long-winded. I'm going to get to the rest of the super chats. But thank you guys because this is one of the things that I've always wanted to do in my life. And a lot of times people didn't think that the content that we was doing was good enough for TV. Well, guess what? Our fan base, our people, we is good enough for TV, and we a testament because of what you guys support. Thank you. Dan Rez, I'm done watching the team for now. At least while they have this quarterback, he doesn't care for the fan base. So why would we pay and support him? Dan, look. As a businessman, as a dude who talks about what his customer service likes to be on this channel, I can't tell you how to spend your money. And you're right to be a little upset. And so it's up to them to make it up to you by wins, losses, and play on the field. And if that ain't happening, by all means, go find other places where you can spend your time that you feel like is better served. So, you know, I get you. Nice TYB, 10 Jules, thank you so much. We balling. He a former MVP runner candidate. I don't want to hear no disadvantage talk. Yeah, that was wild to me. Bro, you a 10-year vet. You talk about disadvantage, bro. And by the way, you did play with the twos in practice. They were splitting reps all day, every day and twice on Sunday. ATL Big Walt, what's up? His people, you people. Yeah, I was like, ugh. Yeah, I try not to get the pronouns wrong. You get your descriptors wrong in life, it'd be tough for you out here. Sassy Southern Creations, he failed the test in the third quarter. They didn't want him to take the test. Apparently, it was just a test for Shedeur. He didn't want him to take the test. Chaz says this was the play the whole time. I can't stand the Crypt Keeper and the Cave Dwellers. Let the play, let them freaking play. Do not be hiding against the real teams. Right? Now he the quarterback. So whatever it is and how we moving, it won't be no excuses. You're the quarterback. E. Chandler, stand on your words throughout the summer. He valued preseason games. No, he don't. He valued protecting the ball. No, he don't. He valued mental toughness. Now he don't. Todd bark, but don't bite. Not a real dog. Hey, that's a fair criticism. Yeah, we didn't see that throughout the summer. We didn't see this. We didn't see it at practice. I didn't see it in the film work. I didn't see it in the third quarter. I did not see it in the press conferences. I just didn't see it. So whatever criteria they got, that's their criteria. Now it's up to you to hold them accountable for it. The accountability pieces is booing or whatever you call, or the accountability pieces of what you spend your money, time, energy, and effort on. Now it's about that. G, this is very disappointing. For nephew, he has worked his tail off and agreed based on my eyes. I agree. I played Deshaun Watson. We don't know what we don't know. Nephew will keep working and will get his shot. There it is. L. Rogers. There was a time period. That's why I was excited when I heard the way he handled that. That's exactly, and that experience level, man. That experience level, when it's your time, it's your time. And when he said, he's like, if it's my time, good. If it's not, it ain't supposed to be work. I'm gonna go to work with the same attitude, preparing like you're gonna be the starter. And that's exactly what you need to be doing. It will not be none of that. You won't get no distraction talk from G. Bush saying so. With an unproven line, should we be worried about Josh Hines, Allen, or Trayvon Walker? How short leash is Washington on when it comes to the next band up? Well, listen, there was a conversation with Todd Monken, and I wish I had the clip. He talked about this won't be a short leash situation. This ain't no every other day situation. This not going to be no game-to-game situation. But given Deshaun Watson's health and lack thereof over the last couple of years, I mean, you can't count on that. That's one of the things we talk about. You can't count on that. So you may come into it thinking it's a certain way, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. And by the way, it's all cool on the road. But when they start chanting and doing stuff at the house, at home, on national TV, it's a little difficult to put your head down and ignore it. Royce Medina's, G, if you are a new coach, don't you want to start off with wins? This is the NFL. It's hard as heck to stack wins. So Deshaun, lies, man, shaking my head, straight garbage. I don't like, again, it's one of them things where you put people in the 8 ball. You want to come out and be cooking. You want to come out and give your team an opportunity. Can you imagine if you play Shedeur Sanders the first game and he goes on the run and gets a win? Can you imagine the shot in the arm that gives your fan base, that gives your team, that gives your young players? It gives you something to be hopeful for. But I told you I had a feeling that this was the way it was going to go. Because when you're dealing with coaches and veteran players know how to talk that lingo. They know how to talk the lingo about, coming out and memorizing all the stuff and knowing and understanding what the lingo and the talk and all that stuff. It gives you that confidence, right? But confidence is cool, but we need you to see what you're going to do when that ball snapped. Stat Killer says, NFL collusion playbook in full effect against Shedeur Sanders. Terry Atwill, G. Bush, what happens to the players having to say? Do you think the majority of the players want Deshaun to start? No. I couldn't tell you that until I talked to every single player, but, I mean, that's not – here's what I will say, though. I think the players will rally around whoever's at quarterback initially because they'll galvanize. Players is going to rally around whoever's a quarterback. But after that, it's about the results. Big ATL, Big Walt, Shedeur would play even better with the ones. Facts. Can you imagine? Can you imagine he actually played with the ones? I mean, they played the ones and shut the ones down. Can you imagine? Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. My well-known cousin was in the NFL and returned from a major injury. JH doesn't want Jimmy Haslam doesn't want the backlash from the league. The quarterback's able to work with all players because first team can get injured too. Listen, I totally agree. L. Rogers, just realizing I've turned into a Browns fan. I'm rooting for the team even though I am a diehard Niners fan. Let's trust Monken to do what's best even though we don't agree with the decision. # New Cleveland. That's why I told you about that political capital. I'm not rooting against the Browns. I'm not asking Todd Monken to be fired. I don't even think Todd Monken has anything bad to say about Shedeur Sanders. Actually, I think he's high on Shedeur. I just don't agree with starting Deshaun Watson. It is what it is. We will be proven right or wrong accordingly. Don Peasy Weezy, Browns PR team was up all night working on that feverishly on that speech Deshaun Wade made this morning. Notepads, iPads, whiteboards, Chat GPT were on fire. Don Peasy, boy, they bought the franchise model. That Chat GPT they got, boy, that's the corporate boy. Boy, they called presidential speech writers up in there and they said, look, we got to figure this out. Sunday was a crazy day. All hands on deck. Dr. D Dub. What's up, Doc? How you doing? Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. We're going to continue to keep going. Listen, this job is much more difficult. See, when Rosie's not here, I got to screen through these. Joseph Jones, 257 joules. Thank you so much. PAZT6XU. Also, everyone ain't LeBron. Where they are going to forgive fans in the media and ownership when they say horrible things about them in their family. I will say that. Let me just say this. All fans are not good fans. If you say things bad about people's families, if you incite people, if you say derogatory things, if you say things about people's children, if you use a certain kind of language, I don't like when fans boo people or cheer when somebody get hurt. I don't like that either. So all fans, just because you name yourself a fan, is not a good individual. So let's just start by saying that as well. So we can put that out there. However, if you getting booed because you ain't playing good, that is what it is. You're gonna have to suck that up. You're gonna have to just take that. That's part of that. That's listen, to be a franchise quarterback, guess what that is? That's bare minimum. Prerequisite. You take the good with the bad. Let's cook. Appreciate the super chat. Let's keep going. Man, we cooking. Easy Bucket. G. Bush, are you watching these highlights from 4 right now? Oh, my gosh, we can't be for real. Oh, no, I seen all of them. They better not put a mic in Shedeur's face. Hey, you're right. Bianca right. Don't be asking Shedeur nothing. You talk to the starters. We sound like the agent. No. You don't put nothing in his face. You go over there and talk right over to him. We are the backup quarterback. We are only here to support the starter. That's it. I'm here to do whatever the coach need me to do to get the team ready to play. That's all we going with as the backup. Nicole, 2 has 2 touchdowns in practice today. 4 threw another interception to Miss Judy on another wide open throw. Where's the tracker today? Oh, so they back at practice? Throwing. I keep forgetting. No, the tracker never counted. It was all a sham. It was all a sham. Like, it doesn't matter how many picks Deshaun's going to throw. You can always make up in your mind he's the best option. Just let you know that. Just Jazz says, sorry, but I got to say this, G. Bush. Deshaun Watson settled 20-plus, cases out of court, got overpaid, and played terribly. Fans going to boo. Stop the victim act. Which you ain't got to tell me. Well, I ain't. Bro, you got to tell me that. I said the same thing the other day. You know what it is. You got the bag of money. You want to be the quarterback and you ain't playing good, they going to boo you, bro. At the end of the day, that is what it is. Jamil Spikes, appreciate you for becoming a member. Thank you so much and welcome to the family. What we got here? At 1_2_N_V. Why did Todd do a team meeting after he named? Why didn't Todd do a team meeting after named the starter? He said he told the 2 quarterbacks and then did the press conference. That's because pretty much everybody probably knew it, and he want to act like it's regular. So that's why he didn't do it. Jamil Spikes 3949. Shedeur should be like, listen, he's supposed to be running around here smiling. Wait for your opportunity. Antoine Jackson, 5 jewels. We appreciate you. Let's go. Dr. D. Dub, Monken, the puppet master, never a true competition. Some people going to say that. Big truck driver. It's clear that ownership is the reason why the Browns have not gotten better over the years. They got to own that. They got to own the record. Babyface _10, 10 jewels. Thank you so much. King Harrison, 750 jewels. Let them cook. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. We got a couple more here. Afro Thunder. I think the answer is simple. If we want Deshaun Watson to play well, they got to bring back the I see. Here's what we doing. You know what? Pause worthy. We're not gonna say that. He almost got me demonetized over here. RDM V7Z. Old Cleveland is back. Shay, no. Old Cleveland is not back. Do you understand what that crowd gonna look like when Shedeur Sanders get announced running into that game? And that first touchdown pass he throw, them folks is going to lose it. Don Peasy has them is Dan Snyder on Roy's. I'm a Washington fan. I've seen this, but when Albert Hain was her first $100 million contract, proved to be a bust, even Dan cut bait. Your boy Jim is doubling down. I'm praying for 4 fans. Or I'm praying for fans. We'll be all right. Funny thing about what happens on these football fields is that it's kind of difficult to ignore. And if you're not playing well after you've been named the starter, then that pressure ratchets it up each and every game. Tamara Cole, 10 jewels. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Keisha Stephanie. My issue is that now the narrative will be Shedeur isn't the future. Shedeur isn't any good, or it has already started. When we know Deshaun Watson was gifted the job, and the smirk Deshaun Watson had today got me feeling some kind of way. 2 just can't win. Shaking my hand. Let me just tell you this, Keisha. Don't worry about the narrative. Narratives can't save people. The narrative was that Deshaun Watson had outplayed Shedeur. We know that that's not true. Nobody today, even the people that are detractors from Shedeur, think that. So narratives are cool, but one day you have to go play. And Deshaun Watson is the starting quarterback. There is nothing that they can point to that says, okay, well, this is Shedeur's fault anymore. He's going to have to stand on his own 2 feet and go out and perform. So when people talk about the narrative or whatever the case may be, the narrative aside, who cares? Shedeur Sanders will get his opportunity when he goes out there and plays. It's up to him to make sure that he don't come up off that field and cook when he get there. Kylan Gamer, 10 jewels, thank you so much. Kylan Gamer, another 10 jewels, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Definitely. Let's go with Sandra Speak. Big picture, Todd tipped it off. When talking about Shedeur, he said he understands the long game. Patience is key. Remember, chess, not checkers. Lipo. I like that, Sandra. I like the energy. Let it play out. Because one person got to play, keep the position. He got to go ball. My reaction, 30 jewels. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Welcome. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Royce Medina's G. How many times are they going to spit in Two's face? I don't look at it as spit is such a tough word. How many times are they going to overlook him? He may feel overlooked, but I like his energy. He can feel a certain type way. I need him to use that energy to take that when he's ready to go, it's no looking back. He'll get his chance. We'll be watching, and we are scorekeepers. If he don't play good, we'll tell you. If Watson played well, we'll tell you. If he ain't cooking, we gonna tell you. So we call them balls and strikes. As a matter of fact, if you want to see how good Deshaun Watson is going to play against Jacksonville or wherever the case may be, make sure you signing up to be part of our members. As a member, as a join the club barbershop member, you get access to the all 22 film. We watch the all 22 film over here. We're going to watch every throw that we got. We're going to watch all kind of good stuff, and we're going to count the days until we're going to see how he's cooking. That's what we do over here. Shedeur getting a fair shot. Shedeur ain't getting a fair shot in Cleveland like Charlie Bond kicking the ball. I don't see it happening ever. Just saying. It's funny how it works. It's funny how we got a chance to see what Deshaun Watson was doing in this game. He'll get his opportunity. Crow Dog, 5 jewels. We appreciate you. B Pender, thank you. 10 jewels. We appreciate you. That's so many comments today. We appreciate you. B Pender, another 10 jewels. Thank you so much. Keisha Stephanie. And when he plays and balls out, when the contract time comes for Shedeur, the thought they backed up the Brinks truck for Deshaun Watson, they will too. I hope he chooses free agencies. Browns don't deserve to. Well, your boy told you if he leads the Browns to cooking and he's balling, yeah. He's going to be in Cleveland. Mark 948. Good thing they can't franchise him. If it works out for him, then that's his leverage. They think that he will ever do right by him. I wish someone asked about the whole team behind his decision, as he claimed. Trust me, they'll ask him. If they start losing, they will be asking questions. At V77392 Jules, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Let's continue going on. Shield1331, thank you for the 440 jewels. I appreciate you. Terry Atwell, G. Bush, I heard Shannon Sharp say Deshaun Watson loses the first 4 or 5 games. That's pretty much mess up the whole season. So does that help Shedeur if they don't put him in the game? Is that true? Well, look, if you lose the first 4 or 5 games, there's 2 things that are going to happen. Chances are you're not going to make the playoffs, but it was a slim chance the Browns were going to make the playoffs anyway, or at least borderline chance. The second thing is when he get in the game, hopefully that he elevates the play around him. I don't think it messes Shedeur up because I think Shedeur is a better player. You saw what happened when Shedeur was playing with backups. He looked much better than Deshaun Watson's because he's elevating the play around the guys around him. Can you imagine what he's going to look like with David Boston, Denzel Boston, Casey Concepcion, Harold Fannin Jr.? Come on now. He's definitely going to look better. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Sharon Bland, 10 jewels. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Patrick Williams, G. Bush, could it be that Monken is giving Watson 2-game window? If he wins, he keeps playing, but if he loses, Shedeur remainder of the season. That's a definitely. I think it could be. Look, he ain't gonna tell him it's game to game, but Todd Monken ain't crazy. He's a first-year head coach. And if Deshaun Watson is getting booed every game and is not balling, he will take him out. Because at the end of the day, now it's not – he inherited Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. But after you inherited those guys, who you start and how they look is on you, because you could have chose another option. So he's not dumb. How long do you – because pretty soon them boos is coming not only for Deshaun Watson, it's coming to the organization for continue to put a player on the football field who's not performing. That's the big picture. James Martin, 440 joules. Thank you so much, James. We appreciate you. Antonio McKinley, G. Bush, just remember, Shedeur is on a short contract, which means he can leave quick. He sure can. Also remember, I think he's 4-year deal. This is year 2. So he got time, but he's not on the 5-year deal. Kim, I know one thing. Under no circumstances will we do another quarterback battle as BS and fraudulent. My heart hurt for Shedeur. Kim, I think there's a lot of people besides you that was upset at this decision, and I'm sure there will be many people that will be upset at this decision until they figure out if Deshaun Watson is good or not. Some people ain't gonna care anyway. They just gonna say we don't care what you talking about. They trying to see Shedeur. But I will say this: continue to support Shedeur Sanders and give him that reassurance that, hey, look, listen, bro, we're gonna support you. Wait till your opportunity come. When you get the opportunity, cook. Black Angus, I'm so sick of the whole does this say about the organization? Yeah. But that's just, listen, that's flawed logic. You can have two things at once. That's why I don't fall into it. If the owner say, guess what? Deshaun Watson is about to at least play. Let me throw y'all something. Should I save this? I might save this. Nah, I'll give it to y'all. I'll give it to y'all here. I always told y'all, the way Deshaun Watson's contract is structured, and I told this to Rosie, the way that Deshaun Watson's contract is structured is almost like refinancing or remortgaging debt. Like you went back and refinanced his contract so that you can have operating capital to field your team. Think about it in terms of this, and this is just what I'm thinking. Don't at me and say, did this G. Bush theory come out of nowhere? Is this really what happened? Listen, ain't nobody in the organization told me this, but this is my thought process. When Deshaun Watson got a guaranteed contract and they gave him them 11 games because they gave him a guaranteed contract, it was one or two ways this could have happened. Deshaun Watson could have been like, after he got hurt, nah, trade me or cut me. Trade me or cut me. I don't want to play here no more. And then it would have been catastrophic because the cap penalties and the hits would have been devastating. And if he would go out there and talk about why he wanted to be moved, it would be devastating because guess what? He'd be talking, fans would get annoyed, fans would be mad, and they couldn't trade him. He wouldn't have any trade value. So sometimes you go and say, look, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I gave you the contract. We got in trouble for it. That's not your fault. That's on us. All right. You get injured. You can't control that. It didn't work out. But we still need to keep kicking your contract down the road in order to have operating capital to pay our guys. So we're not going to cut you. We're going to keep you on the roster. And just so you be a good soldier, we promise that we will give you an opportunity to come back and play. Whether that decision is 4 games, 2 games, or whatever, we're just going to guarantee that you're going to get an opportunity to play because we need to keep you around for cap purposes. Now, in a crazy world, could that be possible? I'm just saying, might be they still can't get rid of him today if they wanted to. The money don't add up. Somebody threw it down there. Somebody said, well, that's why Myles Garrett said he got to roll out. Listen, reckless speculation. I don't know. Royce Medinus, in all seriousness, why doesn't Cleveland want to win? I actually think they do want to win, but sometimes the decision-making seems to be a little off. G, can you do at some point other quarterback? Can you do this to some other quarterback, but not to his fans? Ain't having it. Former players ain't having it. National media ain't having it. Ty described. I don't think there's ever been a case where I think that people have coalesced like this, where it's like national fans. I don't think so. That's why it's unprecedented. The whole quarterback competition was a soft launch for Watson. The end. Selena 4549. A lot of people believe that. I am Cassandra Savage. You can't tell me this is who the team and players choose. Patrick Williams, G. Bush, the locker room know who better quarterback. Won't be surprised if Monk loses the locker room. They got to win some games, and they got to play well. Kamisha Edwards, 2 jewels, thank you so much. Dwayne Harvey, 10 jewels, thank you so much. Larry Fournier, G. Bush political capital point is crucial, especially when the Browns want to control the media narrative. Benching Watson for Sanders sparks media frenzy and loses, and it's a lose-lose PR trap for Cleveland. Larry, I'm telling you, it's the first thing I thought about when I talked about the political capital. They don't have it on a lot of sides. Deshaun don't have it. The coaches knew he don't have it. The organization just moved Myles Garrett. They don't have it. They just fired the coach last year. They don't have it. They got a dome to go into in 2029. It's a lot of things where the capital ain't adding up right now. And so when you make a move like this, could it prove us to be wrong? Sure. But you can't be wrong for too long, because people you don't have no, it's people at every front saying that they don't like it. Angel, tell us, thank you for the 1,000 jewels. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Dwayne Harvey, 10 jewels. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. I am Cassandra Savage. It says, you know what? This is like Shy Sky choosing Vandersloot over Angel Reese. Fans were pissed. And look now, Angel Reese going to playoffs and Shy going home. Hey, man, you got to stand on the consequences of it. Whatever come, whatever come. Dwayne Harvey, 440 jewels. We appreciate you. Shea Quadre, 750 jewels. Thank you so much. 80s Brazil, this is disgusting. I'm disappointed in Shedeur agent. If they don't seek a trade, I saw it on Twitter. Shedeur will be 28 at the end of the Browns contract. Disgusting. Free 2. They don't want him. Big Lee 589 sounds like Shedeur is a soft landing if Deshaun Watson doesn't play good. Facts. Will Shedeur play on Thursday? That's a good question. Shaquadre, I don't know. I don't know. That's a very good question, because that's another firestorm. They let him play the whole game and he go out there and cook. It's about to be a problem. Michael Lucas says, you called it in real time during the game before the press conference. The booze when he got hurt broke something in him. Now that's now that he's shown his weakness, they will never stop booing. I wish I wasn't right. I wish I wasn't. But I lived in this market for too long. I've been here and I've outlasted all my predecessors. I was here and I saw what happened to Tim Couch when he got booed. Tim Couch is not coming back here. Tim Couch to this day, still, no, he is not down. At all. It's hard to get Brian Sipe on the air. Keep it real with you. Brian Hoyer, he said, bro, it was crazy. I felt like, I'm like, bro, I went to St. Ignatius High School. I grew up in Cleveland, and this is how it went down. From Brian Hoyer to Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, it was his problem, and he caused half his stuff. He don't, keep going down the list, man. I mean, keep going. It's the quarterback graveyard, bro. DeJuan Kia, it's odd, GC and the panel defer and agree with you on the Browns analysis today. Monken and ownership has unleashed the Kraken, and it's not a positive Kraken. Thanks for holding it down. Hi, Rosie. Hey, man. Bro, you can't look. We study this thing. This is not a good storm, man, because you got a lot of people who say, bro, you got a lot of people that don't want to see Deshaun Watson play at all cost. I'm not even saying I'm one of them people, but I'm just saying what it is. There's a lot of people that want to see Shedeur Sanders play at all cost. There are some people in the media, local in that, you can't have three. You can't have three. The equation don't work that way. You can't have the national media, the local media, people that don't want to see Deshaun Watson play, and the people that want to see Shedeur play. You can't have all four of them linking up. It just don't work. It don't work. Because there's no checks and balances. At least if people say they don't want to see Shedeur play, there's people that want to see Shedeur play. They just go back and forth. But now, are they buddies now? I don't know. Michael Lucas, complaining about the fans while putting a diamond earring is probably cost more than some of those fans making a year's nasty work. Shannon Sharp pointed that out too. My mom, I said, bro, I'm tucking all my stuff in. If I do something crazy, I ain't wearing no jewelry. Take this doggone Louis V off. Turn your head. Matter of fact, I'm getting a clean fade. Listen, you can catch a beat, bro. I'm going to let you know right now what the G. Bush package is. E. Chandler, long game don't work in Shedeur's favor. Need impact this year. See, that's the thing, too. Keep smiling. Don't buy no long game. I don't care what they tell you. When you get on that football field, you better kill it. You only good as your last game. And every game they put Deshaun Watson out there, that's another game you have less to prove what you trying to talk about. Don't buy into that. I don't buy none of that long game stuff. We ain't buying none of that. Get ready to go. G. Bush, I could see the energy died when they traded Myles Garrett. I think the season ended when that happened for everyone. Browns are dysfunctional. CMD Playtown. It's you gotta understand. That's why I keep talking about people talk about it's a soft restart. No such thing as no soft restart. When you lose and you trade players, it's a rolling ball downhill. It's a rolling ball downhill. It's reasons why people say when your window is closed, you're in trouble. A lot of folks owe Chad Johnson an apology. He said this about the money, and no one believed him. PAZT6XU, he did say that. He did say that. I even told Jason Lloyd. He said it in March. I give credit where credit is due. Franchise key. Hashtag for love, more glory. First and last chance for me. Let's go for. Shout out to, we're going to see what he's going to do. I don't root against people who play against the Cleveland Browns. What I am is the scorekeeper. I'm going to see what you do. I need to see more than what we saw on Saturday, big bro. I need that. Todd Monken will another swing. Todd Tankelman with another swing and a miss. Mark_row. Well, we're going to hear a lot more of those ones. Just a girl, Deshaun is delusional, lacks self-awareness and accountability. I don't know if it's his mental illness, but it needs help. And damn smirk on his face, Jimmy Haslam. The real Fat Tommy. I came for Shedeur and became a devoted fan while drinking the Kool-Aid, but y'all are making it real hard. Pause. Fat Tommy, what's up? We got to get you back on. We're going to talk, bro. We're going to talk a little bit. Let's get some music going, man. Let's get some music going. Let me see. As my phone just keep blowing up. My phone is crazy, bro. Yeah, them wrist up. Everybody got the wrist up. I see you. They still rolling with the wrist. We don't care. We still rocking with wrist. Wrist up as always. You see what we doing. You see what we doing. The wrist is always up. Listen. Look, we always got the wrist up. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't going nowhere. We already know what it is. Wait your time, young fella. Wait your time. We ready to go. Let's get to these. Cool Breeze 321 G Bush AB was on Debo and Joe podcast a week ago and was asked, "Is there any truth that Deshaun Watson being quarterback one because of money?" AB said it wasn't the case. What do you say? Did he keep it a stack or was it cap? I think, see, you got to learn how they can admit by certain things. My theory is they gave him their word. I believe the Haslams gave him a word when he got injured that they was going to give him an opportunity if he stayed on the roster and they was able to kick his contract down the road and still be able to put a good team out there without having to tear it down to the studs because of his contract. And they said, okay, be a good soldier. Make sure we don't want you out here running around talking. Put a good smile on and continue, and we'll give you an opportunity to start again. And what you do with that is up to you. Now, the leash, I don't know how long the leash is, but I do think that ownership gave them their word that they would give him an opportunity to start again. AOWG8787, 440 joules. Thank you so much. Black and White Sports 2. Young Sanders have come a long way. Let the kid play. Nobody wants, I ain't going to say that. Nobody would like to play Deshaun Watson, right? That's his quote, man. Dwayne Harvey, 67 joules. We appreciate you. AO WAG, AOWG8787, 10 joules. Dwayne Harvey, another 10 joules. David Walker, this is how I see it. They're trying to get Deshaun Watson traded, so they're showing he still has value and hope someone gets desperate enough to want him. Shedeur has the perfect timing. #2, #one more chance. We appreciate you. Let's continue on. Mrs. AJ to you. I'm sorry, but I will not devote 3 hours of my weekend to a Browns game if Shedeur Sanders is not playing. I can't and won't do it. Well, that is you're entitled to that. Some people gonna feel like that. I can't tell you that. And it's a lot of people who feel like that too. Gregory George 2940. What's up, cuz? Appreciate the super chat, my guy. SAP 77. Chances of the Browns bringing in another quarterback next year, and we'll see the same scenario again. #Groundhog's Day. I refuse to talk about next year this year. Is it a chance they could bring in another? Sure, but that's a long way down the line. I would concentrate on Shedeur getting an opportunity when he get in. That's we gonna concentrate on them games. Lithic Zerg, if Shedeur plays well in the second half of the preseason, he just makes himself a good trade target for teams that need a quarterback. I'm hoping for the Bucks. That'd be ironic. Shedeur Sanders and Baker Mayfield. Woo. James Israel, 5 joules. Thank you so much. Blame it on the red ace. 100 joules. Thank you so much. Gut check baller. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm love. 108, thank you for the 2 jewels. B5 family, use that hashtag 2NIL to gain views. Boy, God don't like ugly. They use that NIL, right? That stimulus. This is an David Walker. Thank you very much for Super Jack. This is an ownership more promise made, promises kept. When it's all said and done, too will show his work. Hashtag New Cleveland. I agree. J Mac 2 Fresh, 10 jewels. Thank you so much. See what we got here. We still cooking. Boy. Let me see. Make sure we got these. Out of my mind, 100 jewels. Thank you so much. SKS Sports Talk 86, 2 jewels. Thank you so much. Andrew 137 1000. Watson is looking bad at practice today. Interception already, missed throws too. Boy, now listen. Here's the problem. Now everybody that don't want Deshaun Watson to play is got a tracker. They gonna watch every practice. They at every game with their own tracker. Halim Yusuf, 10 jewels. What's up, my guy? Halim Yusuf, another 10 jewels. Let me make sure I got everybody. Nicole Mosley, 10 jewels. We appreciate you. Ant Chill, 216. Can't lie. I brought tickets for Jacksonville game. I don't even want to go no more. And I bleed orange and brown. Sad day as a fan, man. I feel sorry for you, bro. I gotta feel sorry for the fans. I do. The disciple. When Shedeur get in and play well, and then play well next year after all this, why would he resign? Dallas is coming. Because they probably give him a big bag of money that nobody else gave. Kanika Sims says, Monken says Shedeur will not play on Thursday. He can't play him. That boy Shedeur go out there and throw for 400 yards. But it will somehow Green and Gabriel leave the game. Who plays? Listen. Quarterback 2, no interviews. Don't you call? Listen, he can't put Shedeur out there. Shedeur mess around and go out there and light that thing up. Ellis in Orlando, I almost threw my book when I heard the news. Then I realized it was my Bible. Pride is a sin, Cleveland, to the Cassie drop. Wrist up. What's up, OG? Shout out. I love the new channel, by the way. Regina Mickens, Shedeur is AB's guy, and Deshaun Watson is Jimmy Haslam. That's why Shedeur never played with the ones, because if he did, he would have cooked, and you couldn't unsee that. God has the final say. He came from quarterback 4 to quarterback 1 last year, and I got a feeling he can do it again. GG Free, we listened to everything Shedeur said about patience and God's timing. Y'all acting like he said, give it to me now or burn this, down. He's going to keep working. Wait his turn. 4 and 2 won't play. There you go. He going to wait his time. He going to wait his time. Jazz Moot. Deshaun Watson thought he had lost the competition after last game. Yeah. I think he might have thought when he went home it was a wrap. I did too. Project Leroy. Browns will have a fire sale of trades, including Shedeur. I don't know if they can get that one. On my journey, what do you not understand? You do not deserve Shedeur. Sometimes God gives us what we don't deserve. Lady PC 67. Shedeur needs to be traded, G. I'm sorry. They messed 4 up mentally, and they're working on 2 mentally. Praying for 2 to move. I will say this. Shedeur is very mentally strong. And he told you, hey, man, patience. Brent Wary, 2 jewels. T.Y. Trip the Ghost. So this next 2 weeks of practice, he looks terrible. Do they still roll him out there game 1 because the clips of today are not good? Yeah. They had to stop the bleeding. They said we can't come back out here for another game, and Shedeur can't play either. Because obviously, if he comes out there, they will lose their mind. There will be tripping. Regina Mickens, I don't think Monken had a choice in the matter. He may not have. Big Larry, 19641. That was ownership call. Monken is a company man. Ms. Bell, fans are fine. They're 42 quarterbacks in with nothing to show for it. Monken has no say. Deshaun Watson will play until Haslam says different. Low key. Ben Scott, that's how Cleveland plays plays a ninja, huh? Healthy home pest. Love G. Bush. The Browns are like cheating girlfriend and boyfriend. I can't keep taking them back for all the dumb stuff they say and do time to move on for the Browns. We'll always follow G. Bush, though. Healthy home pest. Thank you so much. B. Diane How 6511. Thank you for the 10 jewels. Thank you so much. Lady PC 67. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Mr. and Miss McWilliams, G, if they say 2 is not good enough, why does he always have to come in and try to save the team? I don't think they're saying he ain't too good enough. I actually think that they understand that he's better than Deshaun Watson. But some might be correct. It might not be his choice. Who knows? But time will tell. Brown Girl 877, 100 jewels. Thank you so much. 502 Slim, Shedeur is inevitable. Just wait on it. Facts. I was thinking Watson could handle preseason boos. Congratulations. Now they're cheering for your backup. That's the thing people don't be understanding. Forget the boos. It's the people that's chanting Shedeur's name while you playing. It's tough. B. Diane, 10 jewels. Thank you so much. Bo Wamey, 440 jewels. So thank you so much. Don Walk, 5179. Thank you for becoming a member for 2 months. Dwayne Harvey, thank you for the jewels. King Music, 8463. Jumping ahead, I don't believe they will draft the first-round quarterback next year. If so, Shedeur Sanders, 2 at quarterback 1, and we'll be straight. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Ellison Orlando said, I need somebody to fight. Those weights are in trouble in the gym, but I will always rep the barbershop in the land. What insult to my 58-year-old Browns fandom to the casket drops, man. We appreciate you. Daniel Huerta, thank you so much for the 10 jewels. I'm making sure we got all of our things in here. William Jenkins, I'm tired of grown being pooped on. William, a lot of people feel the same way. David Taylor, Deshaun's body and arm can't take all the first team reps in practice. He won't make it to week 1. Kiko, yes, I got it. G, do you think Deshaun Watson will was a path to get AM? Or Arch Manning? No, I don't think so. Robin, thank you so much for the 10 jewels. We appreciate you. I don't think so, because the Jets have probably a worse roster than the Browns, and they got higher picks than the Browns, and they'll use everything in their drawer to get Arch Manning. So no, I don't think so. Regina Mickens, sounds like Deshaun Watson had a role-playing session last night, and after this meltdown on Saturday, he doesn't want to be in Cleveland, in my opinion. Yeah, a lot of people, that's going to stay with a lot of people. Miss Bell, Deshaun Watson needs to man up and say the boos hurt him. If he keeps saying that they don't, then he must know that they'll certainly oblige him. I agree. Now that people know that, he got to play well. Dwayne Armstrong. What up, G? We lost 2 football teams. In St. Louis, Browns fans, hang in there. Thank you, man. We appreciate you. Cal Simpson. Shout out to the Ocho Cinco for keeping it real. Told us that we're going to start nephew. Keep balling out, Shedeur. Even King David had to wait on his crown. Congrats, G. Bush, on the TV spot. Watching you because of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my guy. King Music. Most don't want to hear it, but everything is in God's timing. We don't know what he has planned for 2 right now, but what we do now is he working. Deshaun Watson hasn't shown no remorse or class like Vic, Neil Gray. Let me see this. J-Mac Too Fresh. Yo, G, I smell BS. Double wrist up. I see you, man. Let me see. Elo, L Low. There it is. Lo Genesis. When people want to see you succeed, they widen your path for you and give you grace to become a la Jimmy Haslam, Deshaun Watson. Shedeur never had a real shot. Regina Mickens, Jimmy owns the team like Deshaun Watson. He wants to tank for 27. Monken is the new coach. They will let Deshaun Watson play 6 to 7 games and then put in Shedeur. Ms. Bell, Travis needs a pick 6 when they play. Man, Vince, 7461 G Bush, the dysfunction in Cleveland is unmatched. Man, you know how many texts I got with that on it? The way he was up there smirking while saying he was happy he got that off his chest Saturday. Let me focus on these Cowboys. Lanika, wow. Rocky Gray, the leash is very short for Deshaun. I give him 3 to 4 games. It might be 2. Nancy M745, have you heard from the players or any ex-players? Oh, I've heard from a lot of them. Always J Twist. What a waste of a quarterback competition. Miss Bell, I'm late, but I knew this all along. It was expected, but doesn't make it easy. I'll be to Cleveland when nephew plays. Ms. Simmons, VA, thank you for the 5 jewels. Eric 23 ATL, thank you for the 23 jewels. Adam McKenzie, thank you for the 67 jewels. Let me make sure I got everybody. Andrew 137 1000. Watson looking bad at practice. Already 2 interceptions on them throws. I see you. Let me see. Give me a couple more. Make sure we get this. Mika says we booing Todd Monken too. Ms. Melanated, I refuse to support a franchise that throws a brick and hides their hands. If Jimmy Haslam thinks people will just get over it, they're arrogant and stupid. Ron Alexander, did you hear the BS Mary Kay Sanders Shine never worked with those guys that yeah, we played that earlier. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. G, Shedeur Sanders can cook. NFL don't want to see him prime son. S worthy people. I kind of destroyed that, but I appreciate you. Panda Property, 2 jewels. Thank you so much. Panda Property, another 100 jewels. Thank you so much. Buckeye 03, Todd Monken forced to start damaged goods, forced to taint his own only chance and one and only chance as head coach. I hope that ain't the case. It's too hard to win games out here and get jobs. Mr. 38, anybody who says this means Shedeur Sanders must be really bad either hasn't been paying attention or they just don't know football. Gee, you got to shut them up. Do you CSS boys down with the foolishness? That's going to be that's the war cry from ever. I told you that was the case. I told you that was going to be the case forever. They played Deshaun Watson, and you say, well, that means that we know all they must think about Shedeur Sanders. No, you don't. Because my question is, if Shedeur Sanders, if they didn't think he can play, he'd be playing today. Why is Shedeur Sanders not playing against in his 3rd preseason game? Because they know he'll cook. And they can't afford that to happen. The disciples, Shedeur has money, and with Dallas, will triple. The marketing son coming home, etc. See, that's the problem. See, they got messed me up. I got to have a disciple in here. People telling me Shedeur going out. Nah, man, we're not doing that. I'm not trading him. Dr. D-Dub, I don't like that Monken is a believable liar. Oh, listen. Black Burton, 10 jewels. Thank you so much. This is about to get, see what y'all done started. Tanya, 5 jewels. Thank you so much. Agile Wreath, thank you. I appreciate you. Davis Lewis Love. I sent a super chat last week. Deshaun Watson would start on the road because they didn't want him to get booed, and the fans wanted to see Shedeur. You was right. You was right. It got ugly. Just saying 72. Cleveland wants the fans to perpetually lose long game while they play us in our face. Shedeur should ask Monken to divine long game. Hey, don't believe that long game. You make sure you're ready to go when you get in this game, Shedeur, and I think you will. 84 old money. Jimmy wants to see his money on the field, play point blank. Keep working, Shedeur. What it do, G. Bush? What's up, man? We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mr. West, PH5YG. I'm a born and raised Clevelander. I hate, and I do mean hate, the Browns organization. Don't go back to the games and kick these bums out of the city. Dang. He hurt today. Agile, we appreciate you, 10 Joules. Remind me how to say your name again, too, because you told me before. I'm going to get it right, because I think I'm saying it wrong again. Davis Lewis Love. Jimmy Haslam is trying to get more money back by playing Deshaun Watson, hoping someone will trade for him. He plays bad, then they go to Shedeur. Either way, Jimmy Haslam wins. Okay. OG Powers, this is old Cleveland. Hashtag 4Boo, hashtag boycott. This is what happens. This is what happens. Young 2165 Joules. We got another one that came in here. Only the Browns would squander a chance to add hundreds of thousands of new fans by starting two. Got folks like me looking for an NFL team to root for. And now I hope he gets traded because the Browns. Man. This is tough. This is tough. My goodness. The Halftime Sports, 200 Joules. Thank you so much. My goodness. With that being said, man, I know Cass is salty. I had to pull up and just tell you my testament. 3,200 people was in here talking and talk. We want to thank you for supporting us, the channel. Continue to support the channel. And thank you. If you want the final cut, the fresh cut, or the real, I got to keep it real. It's a tough day for a lot of people in Cleveland, but trust me, it's not a tough day for Shedeur Sanders. He's built for it. He'll get in there. He'll continue to work, put his best foot forward, and we'll support when he get in. Deshaun Watson, you got your opportunity, dog. Let's see what you're going to do with it. Let's see what you're going to do with it. All you can ask for is an opportunity. You've been getting an opportunity, and let's see what you do with it. With that being said, you never know what G-Bunch might show at radio, television, internet, but you want the fresh cut, final cut, and the real on sports, you know I'm going to give it to you. Have a great day. And even though it be disappointing sometimes, I always got to say it, man. Go Browns.